If you've ever thought to yourself, going on vacation is just out of the question because it's out of your budget, you have too many bills and too much debt, then this video is for you. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how it is possible to plan a vacation. Even if you're on a low income and living paycheck to paycheck, it is possible with the proper planning. And then I'm also going to go through how much I spent on my vacation. I just recently got back, had a great time. I'm going to walk through how much I spent and if I was able to come under or over budget. So you don't want to miss that. So if you're ready to take yourself or you and your family on your next getaway, sit back, relax, and let's get into this video right now. All right, let's get into the video. Thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Chris. This is Budgeting Just Because. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. We talk about all things on this channel related to our financial freedom. And as you've seen in today's title, we're also going to talk about having fun and doing things for ourselves because we were not put here on this earth just to pay bills and talk about debt all the time. We're going to talk about having a good time. And with that being said, let's get into planning for a vacation. How is it possible? How do people go on vacation? It always seems like, you never have enough. You're always behind. There's just no way it's possible. Well, let me talk you through a few steps and just describe to you how you can make it possible with proper planning. The first step is if you want to go on a vacation, you got to decide where do you want to go. You got to decide where you want to go and how much you're willing to spend. So, for example, don't just say, I want to go on vacation. You got to say something like, I want to go on vacation to Miami and I only want to spend $800. See, that's making it realistic. That's setting a budget. So when you do that, now you know how much you want to spend, where you want to go, and then what you need to do is break down those expenses. How much of that $800 is going to go towards a flight, hotel, food, fun when you get there, that kind of thing. So set a realistic goal and destination to help you start properly planning. So when you just throw out there, I want to go on vacation, but you don't have a clear set goal as to where, then it doesn't make you want to save and focus on it. You just kind of leave it in limbo and it's like you don't think about it anymore. So the next time you want to think about going on vacation, think about setting a destination, where you want to go, how much, and break down how much of that money you're going to allocate towards the expenses. Now, once you know that goal, treat it like any other sinking fund, right? So for example, we'll continue with the $800 example. You want to save $800. Now let's break that down, how much that's going to mean to you. So let's see, we want to go on our Miami vacation for $800 in the next 6 months. Let's divide $800 by 6 to see how much money that's going to be over the next 6 months. And if you divide that by 6, that's like $133 a month. Now, if you get paid bi-weekly, let's further divide that down more. So now that's like $67 every paycheck. And if you get paid weekly, that's like $33 a week. So you understand what I'm saying? You get the point. Now you can kind of set up how you're going to save for that. Now you got a visual to look at on how you can save for that vacation because you're making it realistic. The next thing you want to do is set yourself up a sinking fund. My sinking fund is called travel. And you can name it whatever you want to name it, but get that into the rotation of your savings folder. And if 6 months seems unrealistic, we'll come up with a new number. Maybe make it 9 months. Make it something realistic. But the point is, when you break down the numbers this way, it is very much doable that you can save for a vacation. Now, the next thing we're going to discuss is coming up with some extra money. Now, I'm not going to tell you to cut back on all your subscriptions. I'm not going to tell you to cancel Netflix. I'm not going to tell you to eat rice for 6 months. That's not realistic, right? Don't do that. But start thinking of ways if you need to make the extra money or you want extra money, start thinking about things that you can do. Is there something you can do around the house, something you can sell, something you can, get this money right here. Something you can sell around the house. If you can have a yard sale, if you can sell something on Facebook Marketplace, if you can do some dog sitting gigs or babysitting, something you can think about where you want to make the extra money. Start thinking about that, how you can make the extra money. There's all kind of, apps you can use. Do you use Fetch? Fetch allows you to scan your receipts for money towards gift cards. In that 6 to 9 month time frame, could you scan your receipts to earn gift cards over time and you can use that money while you're on vacation? So at this point, you want to start planning on what you can do and what you can use to come across some extra money. One of the things that I do when I'm planning my vacations is I use my Magic Month check. How many of you guys get a Magic Month check? Now, Magic Month checks is an extra paycheck throughout the year that's not allocated towards expenses. So I always plan to use one of those checks towards my vacation because it's not allocated towards paying any bills for the month or anything like that. So that gives me a cushion to pay for, if I need to get a hotel or rental car or things like that. So start planning ahead. Look and see when you get paid. Look and see when you'll get that extra Magic Month check. And if you can afford to use some of it to fund your vacation. So it's very much possible. You just got to do a lot of planning and looking to see how your budget falls. And lastly, save for it and treat it like it's important. Because it's so easy to write off, we're just not going to do it this time. We'll do it next year. Don't do that. Don't do that, because if you keep putting it off, it will never happen, okay? So make sure you save with intent. Make sure you have that in your rotation. If you're using the savings challenge, make sure maybe you can replace one of the savings challenges that you're doing and focus on your vacation. Maybe you're using the savings challenge for something that's not top priority, and you can replace that to save for the vacation. Then you can go back to what you're saving for. So just take a look at your budget, see how you can make it possible for you and your family to go on vacation. That's what I did, and I'm telling you guys, we had the best time. And the reason you all are getting this video is because I'm going to start going on vacation more. I love having a good staycation. I always do, because it just seems so easy to stay home, go around town. We have a lot of fun, but I hadn't gone away in a long time, and it was so much fun. Comment down below if you guys go on vacations or you've been thinking about planning one and it hasn't been possible. I'm going to say follow these steps. You can definitely do it. And just look at the numbers once you break it down. It is very much doable for you to start planning your next trip. And maybe it's not even a big vacation. Plan a weekend getaway. Maybe you can plan something where you guys can just hop in the car, you and your family, go somewhere fun that's in the next state over or something like that. Go for the weekend. Just get away. It's so refreshing. Now, with that being said, this is how much money I was able to save in my travel envelope. This money I saved in the course of 12 months. So this is the money I saved to use on our vacation. So my Magic Month check I use for our condo that we rented. I use for our rental car, insurance for the trip and things like that. And I have a little money left over from that. But this is the money I cashed up for a full year, because this was a new envelope that I added to my sinking funds, because I was like, I'm going to travel. My daughter wants to go places and I'm going to make it happen. So this was money I saved over the course of a year. And this was spending money that I used when we were there. So what I did was I put everything on my debit card so I can go through and see how much I actually spent, and I'm going to deposit this money back into my account. So let's see how much I spent if I came over or under budget. Let's take a look. Okay, so I spent $534.25. Okay, now let's see how much I saved for this vacation to see if I came over or under budget. This is cutting it close. Let's see. This is everything I saved in my travel envelope for this vacation. I used a little bit out of it because I would never keep a 1 in here. Okay, here we go. So it's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 570, 590, 610, 620, 630, 640, 650, 660, 665, 670, 675, 676. So I have 676 that was in my envelope. We spent 534. So let's see, minus 676. I came under budget, $141.75. Clock it, clock it. Oh my God, that is so awesome. So I planned properly. I came under budget. This is good. So now what that means is I have $141 that I can put back into my travel envelope, and then we will start planning and saving again for next year's travel. But this was just such a great experience, you guys. The purpose of this video is I wanted to show you you can go on vacation just with proper planning and saving. Like I said, I started saving this money for a year. When I started this new travel envelope in my sinking funds, that's when I got serious about it. I started saving for a year. I came under budget, and now I can start over again with $141 to start saving up for this. So let me know down in the comments below if you're going to start planning for your vacations, or if you're already planning for your vacations, where do you all plan on going? I hope you enjoyed this video. And with that being said, I'll see you back here next week. Bye.